Hey, Brian Beckner here, the Asphalt Guy. We are coming to you from South Orange County in a parking lot, and you can see behind me there's two pretty well-known high-volume restaurants that are located behind me. I don't have to even name names. You can kind of see one of them there. So you can imagine the type of traffic that comes through this parking lot, travels over throughout this parking lot into their drive-through in particular. So there's lots of vehicle traffic, especially come lunchtime here, which will be just in about an hour or so. You'll start to see that traffic. But the main thing I wanted to point out, and this is really important for you community association managers and commercial and facility property managers as well, is talking about these big cracks that you see that have formed in this not only just the drive aisle here, but also into the parking stalls. It's traveled over there. But what's going on? We come down here so we can show you this. There's water trapped inside this crack, and I can dig down in here. You can just see how deep that crack goes. And where do you think that water is going to go? That water is going to travel down through those big cracks, down into the lower levels of the asphalt, and get into underneath that asphalt, in particular the subgrade. And with all these rains that we've had, which has been a blessing, but also a curse to parking lots and asphalt, is that water penetrates through those large cracks, can oversaturate that subgrade, and as oversized vehicles like this delivery truck that you see that just pulled in here behind me travels over and throughout this area of the parking lot behind me here, you can imagine that what it's going to do to your asphalt. You're going to see larger and larger cracks start to appear. In time, the only way to really get this parking lot where it needs to be is to do some major asphalt rehabilitation in this parking lot. But how it gets to this point is a lack of maintenance. When these cracks formed, and this is not too far from where I live, so I've been able to keep an eye on this. When these cracks first formed and they were wide enough to be able to take on hot rubberized crack seal, that would have been a time to do that. When you add hot rubberized crack seal to these larger cracks like this, it helps make them watertight. And when we have all this type of rain, it prevents and slows down the intrusion of water into the lower depths of that asphalt and into the subgrade to prevent oversaturation. Because once you have oversaturation, especially with all this rain we've just had, and underneath that asphalt, and you start to have vehicles travel over it, you can imagine what begins to happen. The asphalt just begins to fail further and further to the point where it requires more than just maintenance to get it up to speed and where it needs to be. But really important, as the sun's coming out, starting to get some warmer weather here, at least I'm ready for that, I'm sure you are too. Inspecting those parking lots, those areas that have wide enough cracks should consider having some hot rubberized crack seal placed in them before the next rain, because we're bound to get some more rain for sure, but take advantage of that to basically seal up those parking lots to prevent the water intrusion. So something to think about. Pennies to have that done to protect your asphalt long term. So Brian Beckner, the Asphalt Guy, Prestige Paving Company, where I help community association managers, facility managers, and commercial property managers get asphalt maintenance and repair projects done right and under budget every time. My main focus, make your life easier. Have an awesome day.